Hey everybody, Adini here from the Immigrant Finance Podcast. Let's talk about today why you shouldn't be feeling so guilty about whatever debt you have. This is something that's been coming up for a lot of our students recently, and I've been having conversations with folks in our community about. So I wanted to share some thoughts for a quick episode today. Now, here are some things to think about when it comes to debt. First of all, when it comes to thinking about debt in terms of building wealth, first of all, you are not going to build wealth by paying off your debt. Yes, it's important to pay down debt, right? It's going to be important for your credit score and to not have that hanging over you. It's important in terms of managing money, right? And that can definitely be one of your financial goals, but it can't be the only goal, because paying off debt is giving your money to others. It's not growing your money for the future. So this is why paying off debt doesn't actually help you build wealth. So when you're giving your money away to the credit cards, to um, Chase Bank, whatever it is, to the auto loan, you are building their wealth of those companies, not your own. So again, it is important for money management. In our main program, Immigrant Finance School, we have currently the first 7 of 14 modules are all about managing money well, and including how to pay off debt. So it is important. You need to have that foundation. You need to use credit cards responsibly so that you're not incurring unnecessary debt, so that you're not paying high interest rates you don't need to be paying, right? But at the end of the day, this is not going to be what will help you build wealth. So to build wealth, we really need to make this shift to focus on investing and increasing income. That's really how you build wealth. There's lots of ways to be investing. You could be investing in yourself, in your business, in someone else's business, in the stock market, in real estate. There's lots and lots of ways to be investing, but you want to be focusing on that because those are the ways you grow your money so that you have more money and more assets in the future. That's how you're going to build wealth. So, too many people I speak to feel that they cannot be investing and focusing on increasing income and starting a business and growing your money in the stock market because they have debt. And this is a lie that many of us have been told in society, that if you have debt, you have to feel really guilty about it. You have to feel really ashamed, right? And I have personally been through that several times. I know what that's like. And I speak to folks every day who are really feeling a very heavy burden. I can literally feel the weight on them when they talk about their debt. And I know it keeps many of you up at night and all of that, but it's important to be thinking the right way about your debt and thinking like how wealthy people think about debt. So wealthy people take out debt all the time. They understand how to use debt as a tool to leverage to build wealth. So if you think about it, wealthy people are constantly going into debt in order to make more money. For example, they take out business loans to grow their businesses and scale them to make more money. They take out mortgage loans in order to buy properties that are to increase in value, that will allow them to make money when they sell those properties or when they rent them out, right? They take out student loans to get college degrees and graduate degrees that are going to help them get higher paying jobs and higher salaries for the rest of their life so that they can make more money, right? So there's lots of forms of it's considered good debt, which is more of an investment. Yes, you may be going into debt, but it's for a reason to make more money in the future. And it's a way to collapse time. So this is something wealthy people do as well, often for opportunities to take advantage of, that are going to help them make more money. So for example, if there is a conference they want to go to where they're going to do a lot of networking and meet a lot of people that will help them, have some new business deals and new relationships and make more money in the future, they will happily make the investment to go to that conference, even if it's very expensive, or whether it's to work in a mastermind or with a coach. They will often put it on their credit card, or take out a loan in order to do that. They don't have the cash flow because they know it's going to help them move forward in the future and make more money. So wealthy people are constantly using debt to collapse time. Instead of waiting until they have all of the cash to do that, knowing that if they did that, they may miss the opportunity, they use credit, they use debt to collapse time so they can have the opportunity now. And wealthy people understand to get from point A, where they are now, to point B, where they want to be, that's going to take time. And the only way to shorten and collapse time is with money. And credit and debt is a very powerful tool to do that. Lots of business owners will take out business credit cards, for example, that have 0% interest the first year, so that they can basically have endless credit, or a high amount of credit, whatever the credit limit is on the card, to invest in growing their business, hiring their first employees, right? Buying some software they need that's going to help them get to the next level, etc. So this happens all the time. It's really important that we start thinking differently about debt in the immigrant community, because why is it that all of these folks in the immigrant community are walking around feeling really shameful and guilty about their debt, and it's really weighing on them, right? Why should folks in the immigrant community have to feel that if wealthy people aren't feeling that way when they make investments and they take out debt for opportunities? One thing to be really mindful of that's a distinction here is asking yourself first, is this good debt or bad debt? So if you're going into debt to buy a really fancy brand new car that you don't really need, and you could easily get a less expensive car that would still get you to work, right? Like, that's not necessarily a good investment or good debt, because it's not going to help you make more money in the future. It's not an asset, it's just taking away money. So that is not buying a fancy brand new car that's more than you need is an example of bad debt. If you have debt for something like that with car loans, don't be so hard on yourself about it. Like, you didn't know at the time, most likely, the difference between good debt and bad debt, and what we're talking about here now. So just forgive yourself, be kind to yourself, be compassionate to yourself, build it into your financial plan, how to pay off those auto loans each month, be responsible about it, but move on and don't be so hard on yourself. Just make sure going forward to make smarter decisions about what debts you take on. And when you go into debt for something, to ask yourself, is this going to be good debt or bad debt? Is this going to be an asset or a liability? Right? So an asset or good debt is going to help you make more money in the future. Something like investing in the stock market, in yourself, in education, in support, right? In working with people, mentors, right? In real estate. All of these things are good debt that are assets. They'll help you make more, versus the bad debt or liability that is just going to take money out of your pocket now and not help you make more money in the future. So that's something you could think about first going forward at this point. So to sum up, don't be so hard on yourself about prior debt you have that may not have been good debt. Just build it into your financial plan in one of your goals, and you can implement that in your budget. If you'd like help with this is exactly what we help people with in our signature program, Immigrant Finance School. We walk you through step by step how to set up a whole financial system that's going to be helping you build wealth and moving forward your financial goals, including paying off debt, strategies around that, but really helping you shift to focus on what's going to make you more money and build wealth through investing and increasing income. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and apply at immigrantfinanceschool.com. We would love to connect with you and see if it's a good fit for your financial goals. And then again, just rethink your relationship with debt and how it's making you feel, right? And ask yourself, do I need to feel this way? Are wealthy people feeling this way about the debt? If they're not being so hard on themselves, why do I have to be? Like, if they're seeing it as a tool to leverage, to collapse time, to get them where they want to be faster and get them the opportunities they need to move to the next level, why can't I see it that way too? Right? So this is part of moving into a wealth building mindset, is developing a different relationship with debt, where you think about it differently, where you're not so hard on yourself about it, where you're smart about it, and when you're using it as a tool to help you build wealth in a strategic way. If this would be something helpful to talk further about with your personal circumstances, We also offer free 30-minute financial strategy calls that would love to talk further. You can book a time at immigrantfinance.com/consult. We look forward to speaking with you. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.